You hit the word right there. People call it crazy. I say it's insanity.
Yeah, it's beyond.
Yeah, really.
Crazy is like a girlfriend with a temper, you know. Insanity is
perfect,
like,
man. Yeah.
Hitler is insanity.
Yeah, there you go.
Know what I mean? It's a
you got it, man. You got it. Where are you from?
I'm doing, man, Chicago.
Oh, well, that's why you can understand it. Yeah, well schooled in criminality and corruption.
Man.
What do you do up there?
Absolutely. Well, I live on the West Coast now.
Oh, okay, good.
So I live out in Vegas.
In Vegas?
Yeah.
Were you there for the?
No, I was not. I'm not on a tour right now, a marketing tour. So, I wasn't there for that. But
marketing for whom? What do you do?
That guy on the phone. He's on the phone right now. His ears, but he's doing a run across the country.
Oh, cool.
So he's running from California to New York City.
For what's the cause? Or?
Yeah, just unity, bringing people together. Got some corporate sponsors that came on board. We're just working to get more corporate sponsors.
And what's the main theme here?
DNA, volume run. Because on the genetic level, we're all the same. That's it, man. That's it.
Have you got a website or something?
Yeah, absolutely. It's whoreallyrunsthecountry.com.
Whoreallyrunsthecountry.com?
Yep.
Terrific. I got a blog of my own. I'll go ahead and promote you. Here's a get-out-of-jail-free card from Hillary Clinton. On the back, it's got my YouTube channel and all.
Okay, perfect. Now
yeah, but that's you're doing primarily what I'm doing out here on the streets is trying to talk to people.
Absolutely.
And get us find that common ground.
Absolutely.
Because this is pure democracy here.
Absolutely, it is.
Like he's doing on the streets.
Your ability to do this is pure democracy.
Well, indeed. That's very cool. So the run is how far have you run so far, and where is it going, and what's the route?
So far, he's made it from California down the Southern Gulf to Atlanta. However, we got a request to come here so that he could speak at Southern University. So we drove back. He didn't run it. We drove back. He spoke yesterday, and we're heading out in the morning.
Promote this way. I mean, it's exactly. It sounds like what we need is that. We need to bypass the bullshit they tell us in the media, and this is how we communicate,
Absolutely, man. I agree. That's the truth.
So you look like backup for them, or what do you do?
Yeah, backup, road support, road manager, marketing, social media marketing. That's everything I do.
This is all my work. This is what I like to do.
It's good. You make these comments.
Yeah, it's.
Look at that, some bullshit. That is some bullshit. That's it.
Yeah. You looking at this one?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's wrong, though. They want it all. I'd be happy if they just look at it.
Right.
They want it all. They want
Don't let us live.
Yeah. They don't know. They want to see it alive. Well, you know the game. It's all about population reduction now. They don't need us anymore.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, because of this right here, it's going to take up all the jobs, so they got to find some.
Just get rid of all the poor people, they'd be good to go.
Yeah.
Poor people out of the way and just be rich people.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
They don't understand that even if it's just rich people, the 1% and the robots, the problem with that is that there will be a bottom of the rich people.
Yeah, and they'll start eating each other. They're predatory. They're predatory. They aren't about life. They're about death.
It's fucked up. It's who's they? You know what I mean? That's the weird thing. It's like when we try to put something to that symbol, but we know the powers that be.
Yeah, we pretty much got their names.
Yeah.
We know where they are now. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we can name the groups, the Bilderberg Group, the CFR, the Trilateral Commission, the Club of Rome. It's the same bloodlines that, have been controlling the resources for how many thousands of years.
Right, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
It's just all modernized and they do a better PR job.
But they're blowing it. It's getting blown from because all the things any weapon against us will not prosper. So anything they put up against us has been turned against them. Yeah. It's like this uranium run deal. I mean, for a year they tried to get him for something that, a Russian connection. And nothing has come up, and now the tables are being turned. They're finding out that it was the Clinton Foundation that has been doing deals with the Russians all along.
Yep.
So every weapon used against us will not prosper.
That's true. You have a good one, man.
Oh, it's a pleasure talking to you, sir.
You too as well.
Yes, sir.
All right.
to have my own business. But I spent the early 80s in Nicaragua taking my orders from Oliver North, so let's not go there.
Oh, why do we put, come on, no, yeah, please. Well, you're retired now. It's not like anything you're going to say is going to hurt you, is it?
Let's not accomplish anything.
What did you, I've talked to others, of course, during that era that were down there, some special forces guys and whatnot.
I worked for the Department of Agriculture.
Really? Well, that's what I see.
That's what wrote my paychecks.
The guys that were down there
we were just overseers. We were overseeing for the United States. So there's a contract war. It's a contract against the Sandinistas. And we were just the eyes and ears for the United States because we're all college grads. We were dark skinned.
Yeah.
We could speak the language, good mix with the people and stuff.
Well, that's what I got from some of the people I've already talked to. They said everybody was there: the CIA, the FBI, every agency you can name.
It was mostly the CIA and the United States government, the military North was running it.
Yeah.
Under Reagan.
Did you have any dealings with North, or did you?
I knew Colonel Oliver personally.
Oh, and
very nice
what
person.
He was?
Yes.
You see, this is why I like talking to people because you know the stuff you hear in the news.
He was out of horse's rear end. If he said something, he stuck by it. He was a straight shooter, which in the military in that time was very different. Most of them were bullshit artists.
Aren't they now? I mean, no, you think it's better? Yeah.
Yeah, the people that this guy's appointed, Mattis is a straight shooter and stuff. But everybody's out for themselves.
And how do you feel about his ideas on foreign policy and what he's doing?
There's not. I voted for him. There's not much you can do. The system is too fucking, excuse my language, corrupt.
Well,
on both sides. Look what the gentleman from Tennessee's doing right now. The guy that's not running anymore, and then Flake yesterday he's not running and throwing him under the bus too.
Yes.
It's your party. So if you really care about your party, why are you doing this? Because they don't give a shit.
Well, indeed, but was it things like Uranium One, this breaking scandal? Because this is taken in both parties. It went through 9 different agencies.
No, but I think the Democrats are about to get bit on their ass real hard.
You think so, huh? Well, it's about time, don't you think?
No, but I think this is going to be really bad. Well, she's going to be one of the biggest crooks there is.
Indeed.
Have a nice day.
All right, yourself, sir. This is what happens when people listen to these guys, right? Because all they do is lie to us. You know that, right? You know, the whole Russian thing about Trump for the past year, Russia, Trump. Right. And of course they ain't found a damn thing at all. But what's been uncovered is that during the Obama administration, the Clinton Secretary of State okayed a deal to sell 20% of our uranium reserves to Russia. And in exchange, the Clinton Foundation got $143 million. Was pledged another $145 million. So they met with the Russians numerous times, bank transfers from Russian banks into the. So they're all squawking about Trump having connections to the Russians, and it's been the DNC and the Hillary Foundation all the time. Yeah. So all of this coming out now, an FBI whistleblower is about ready. He's been gagged for 5 years now on this. Hasn't been able to speak what he knows about this, and they're about ready to release his gag orders. So he's going to collaborate all of the worst deal. Because the first question that comes up is this: why would we sell our uranium to anyone?
Especially Russia.
Yeah. Who thought that'd be a good idea?
Good idea to do. Yeah. Exactly.
And then there's all this quid pro quo, all this huge amount of money changing hands.
Yeah.
I mean, to me it just looks like pure treason.
It is, but the money talks, you know that.
Yeah, but I tell you, this is loud. I'm wondering if this is going to expose the deep state. Sure needs exposing. You have a good one.
From across the street, I thought it said crabs here.
That could be true, too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Sure it is.
Here's a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
This is good for any crime in the world. Just got to identify yourself as Hillary. I don't know if you'll ever get that drunk, but...
No, I wouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
I'd have to be really drunk, and I don't
Well, you can always give it to a liberal. They'll use it. They have no shame.
Thank you.
You familiar with InfoWars? You know about InfoWars? You want to check this out.
Okay.
This is a really good news aggregate. Just straight from the street news.
Okay.
No bullshit.
That's what I like. Do you think Fox, I mean, obviously I watch Fox, that's all I watch. Do you think that they're even holding back a little or not?
Sure. Anytime you take commercial money,
Yeah, you have to. You've got to pay your bills.
I mean, you and I know what the truth of 9/11 is.
That's simple.
So why aren't they? How can they, as as journalists, as inside people, not know what we know?
How can these liberals, how can they even rationalize their thoughts? I don't understand. I'm in the trucking business, and
Because you're a normal person.
we're doing better than we've ever done. I've been in 15 years. We're not getting rich, but man, we're paying our bills. We've got employees. We're doing good. How in the hell can you argue this market right now? How can you not say that the man in Washington is not making a positive change? I tell you what, there's a guy, he got pissed at me, and he said, I wasn't even really involved in the conversation. And I said, I kind of made the statement. I said, Trump has made things better for me and my business. He said, what has he done? I said, well, really, he hasn't done anything on regulations. He hasn't. I said, what he's done is he's gave us confidence that we're safe. He's gave us confidence that he's doing something for us. He's gave the consumer confidence that things are going to get better. He's securing our borders. He says he's going to do this. I said, my God, all it is confidence. That's all he's done is give us confidence. That's it. He's told us shit we need to hear.
And if there's anything, that might be the main function for a president.
Yes.
I mean, to let us free, let us do what needs to be done.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
And it's look, you're expressing what is driving us, because it is unbelievable. It is beyond crazy. It is beyond insanity. You can't understand it because you'd be crazy to understand it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, their thoughts are so... I mean, I hate to use the word retarded, but you're mentally retarded to go on.
But you understand that it's a lot of... They're victims. They're victims of this.
Oh, absolutely.
They're victims of the schools that have been indoctrinating them for the past 30, 40 years now. I mean, I talk to a lot of educators out here, good teachers, and smart students, who tell me what they have to go through with the agenda that comes down from the federal government. The kids are not being taught anything. They're being indoctrinated. So good teachers are learning how to get around it, and good students see through it too. I mean, I've had students come out here and give me testimony about how they actually have to pretend to be someone else. They have to pretend to be liberal to get good grades.
Let me tell you what happened to my son right now. He goes to Cumberland over in Tennessee, and he has got a black professor, that got into an argument the other day with a white student, a girl, about Black Lives Matter. Ended up running her out of the class. Pretty much all the white kids in there making C's. It is, and he said it's the most racist thing he's ever been involved in his life.
Yeah.
And it's blowing me away that son of a bitch is allowed to get up there and do this.
Did not even hide it. I mean, there's a mainline story in the paper the other day about a professor who tweeted out, I call on black women first, then Mexicans second, then white women if necessary, and the last on the line are the white men. She's tweeting this out. They're still out there. I'm still running into them, both the teachers and the students who are seeing through the bullshit. And even look, you're a beautiful wife here. I assume this is your beautiful wife.
I brought her instead of my girlfriend. That was a joke, honey.
I'm sorry to mess up your vacation.
You're fine. I just want you to know I'm going in the market.
I'll
He
be over
doesn't
in a
really
minute.
care anyway.
Yeah, I'll be over in a minute.
Yeah. So, I mean, you a truck driver? Are you a long haul or short?
We've got 4 trucks and we haul mobile homes from, like say, a Clayton factory to the dealer. Then we take them to the final resting spot, and we deal with general public. And let me tell you, that business is absolutely off the chain. Houses are being sold. It's as good as it was in the 90s. But I'm on sit on a board, the state board there in Tennessee for manufactured housing. We had a meeting the other day. We're running into major problems, and it is our lack of the blue-collar guy that carried the concrete blocks to set up the houses. We can't get any help. In this next generation, the 18 to 30-year-olds, let me tell you, you take one of those guys, girls, it doesn't matter. You hire them. They didn't go to college, which I didn't go to college. They didn't go to college. They have never had a job. The parents have let them sit at home, play on their cell phones their whole life. They come out and we can have them. We might get a week out of them.
Yeah.
Paying them top dollar now. I'm talking high wages. And the industry is at a point right now where they're going to have to cut off. Well, I tell you what they're doing. They're profiling themselves at this point. You come in, if you act like you're an honest guy that's not going to give them problems, they'll sell to you. If you're an ass, they won't sell you a house. They're that behind right now. Can't get them delivered. Can't get the sheetrock done. Can't get anything. And we blame, number one, our government needs to cut off this check that goes out. And number two, we've educated these kids that hell they can't be successful if they don't go to college, so they won't come out and dig a ditch. And we have to have ditch diggers. This country, and I walk around, there's 4 or 5 of these bums sitting over here, it's 25 years old, with their dumb dogs. I want to go up to them a minute ago and say, guys, here's what I'll offer you. I've got a mobile home park. If I'll pay you $20 an hour, give you insurance, and put you up in a mobile home, free rent, would you move to Tennessee and come work for me? I guarantee you the moms wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. They love this. They like this lifestyle and the dope and the running around.
Have you tried hiring convicts?
Oh yeah, that's our best guys. And I told that board the other day, they were talking about giving these scholarships
second chance kind of.
They want to do scholarships to these kids coming out of high school going to a VOTEC and hopefully draw them in. I said, you've lost your mind. This is dirty, filthy work. I said, the people that you need to hire are the people who can't go anywhere else. Right. The rehabilitated drug offenders, the second chance programs. Yeah. But this country is in bad shape when it comes down to the construction side.
Oh yeah, no, there are people who know how to change a tire. I mean,
it's bad.
Yeah. But just like you brought up is the fact that you lack of trade skills.
Oh my gosh!
Right.
Lack of work ethic.
Well, and that's why people are hiring, of course, a lot of Latinos, Mexicans, because they indeed, they come.
We tried that.
That didn't work.
Oh shit, no! I would only hire illegals.
Mm-hmm.
Once you come across that border and you become legal, you have figured out the same thing that these young kids have done, that you don't have to work hard. I tell you what, I hired this guy, David Gonzalez. He's 40 years old. He's been in the United States, 7 or 8 years. He's a legal Mexican, did the whole nine. I hired his whole family. He comes in, and the first thing he says to me, he says, my name's Ryan. He says, Ryan, and he speaks broken English. He's pretty good. He said, Ryan, is there any way you could pay me cash for the first month or so? I'm drawing unemployment off this last job. Any way I could double dip?
Right.
Hell, that's their attitude. They're worse than Americans. I mean, and they are Americans, but they figured out the system. Yeah. And if you hire an illegal, oh my God, they'll work their ass off. As soon as they get that green card, it's done. Wow. I'm telling you, the bottom line, the base worker in the United States that is that's going to pour the concrete, that's going to dig the ditch, You mark my words. In 20 years, maybe 10 years, they'll probably be some of the highest paid people around because we can't.
Well, wouldn't they have by then machines and robots doing that?
No, that stuff I do would never be replaced. It's pure manual labor. That's the only way we do this. You can't set up a mobile home. You can't put together. You can't put a ridge cap shingles on a house. It's going to be manual labor, and we're going to be paying these people. It's going to be unreal. When I started 15 years ago, we were paying $7, $8 an hour. Oh, hell, we're up $17, $18 an hour now. And our houses, our costs have went up so much.
And plus benefits.
Oh, yeah. We're insurance and everything now. We've got 22 people. And it's to the point where that mobile home was, at one time, cost-effective, cheap, you know. You just watch. Those houses I'm doing, they're going to continually go up, continually go up, continually go up, until they're not going to be cost-effective. We're in trouble. We're in serious trouble.
What do you think's going to happen? How it's going to shake out? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm 41 years old, and there's still a bunch of my guys around that's 40 years old that's out here digging ditches and working hard every day. When I age out, that's when we're in trouble. You got 20 years. You got 20 years, and we're in trouble. I mean, I'm telling you. The 20-year-olds right now in this country aren't worth shooting. And I tell you what we need to do. Here's the first thing we need to do is we need to start that damn draft up. And not draft during wartime. These deadbeats that's coming out of high school that won't work, their ass needs to go serve for their country.
Well,
those
indeed.
Those shitheads over here sitting on these benches, they need to be rounded up and they need to be put into a Marine camp, and let's see what happens.
Well, people have said, well, that's what we have the FEMA camps for. I mean, that's why they built 1,000 of these things. They're everywhere. I know when I went up to Tennessee last time I went to see my sister in Crossville, it was during the hurricane down here, drove me up there, and I was following the refugee buses to the FEMA camps in Tennessee just to see where they were. So we already have people in them, and they're there for the deadbeats, for the people who can't, skin a buck or everybody in Tennessee. I mean, I'd love to go up there, but if you don't know somebody up there, you ain't gonna last long.
I'll tell you an example of what's going on right now. We pull FEMA houses, okay, and right now there's a Clayton plants. That's manufacturing mobile homes. Warren Buffett owns Clayton.
Okay.
Most of the plants are in Tennessee. You take a single-wide mobile home. Take a single-wide mobile home, say 14 by 70, which the factory would get a check for say $20,000. We pick up, run it to a dealer. By the time it's delivered and set up, it'll be $39,900.
Okay.
FEMA has ordered the same houses. Now, this is our dumbass government and government waste has ordered the same houses to go down to Houston for the victims of the flood. You know what they're paying Clayton and these factories? They're writing a check for $43,000. They've double the cost of that house because our government just wants to give it away. Just give it away.
I'm surprised it's only double.
Anyway, I can talk all day.
Hey, Ron, it was a pleasure, brher.
Yeah, I get my wife. She loves it when I find somebody to listen to.
You got a lot to say.
We'll be here all week. I'll stop.
All right, brother, man.
To Australia. I wasn't born in Australia, but that's what I call home.
Okay, great.
Yes.
And where from originally?
Originally Middle East, Kurdistan. Have you heard of the Kurds?
Yes, of course.
I am one of the Kurds. Yes.
I mean, anybody taking note of what's going on in the Middle East right now, the Kurds right in the middle of it. Always have been.
Exactly.
I mean, you are so strategically located.
Yes.
Have you still got family back there?
Yes, I've got a very large clan back there in Kurdistan, what we call Kurdistan.
Yes.
Other people don't like us to call it Kurdistan.
Now, there's been a lot going on with Turkey lately.
That's where I come from, the Turkish part, under Turkish occupation. That's where I originate from, yes.
How is it? What's going on?
Awful.
Is it?
Awful, but sadly the U.S. supports Turkish leaders because of strategic alliances and whatnot. Protects Turkey from international sanctions and whatnot.
But I don't know if we can trust them.
You cannot trust them, but still, they're considered allies, NATO ally.
But there's just something rotten about having to do that.
Yes, sad. There are more journalists.
Erdogan, right?
That's right.
He's the one.
There are more journalists in Turkish prison than in any other country in the world. That includes Saudi Arabia, China, Russia, and Cuba.
Do you think that attempted purge was staged, or what happened?
I don't really know. There are some who claim it was organized, orchestrated. There are others who say cannot be. It was too big to be organized. I really don't know. Who killed JFK?
Yeah. Well, that's supposed to, they're released in the papers. You know that?
Yes.
I think Friday?
I'm not sure, but...
Yeah, I think it's Friday. They said they're going to release it. Let's see how redacted they are. They might just, or if they're even real by now. I mean, we really can't trust anything anymore.
It's hard to trust people these days. Institutions, I mean.
Yeah,
you can trust
indeed.
people, but
Exactly.
Governments, it's hard to trust them. Well, have a lovely day.
Oh, it was a pleasure talking to you, sir. Thank you very much for that statement.
You figure it out.
No, explain it to me, sir. Explain it.
I just don't know what to think.
Well, I'm already gathering that from my short conversation with you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how to interpret that.
How to interpret what?
What side are you on?
What side am I on?
Yeah.
What side should I be on?
Oh, that's up to you. I'm just curious.
I'm on the right side. I'm on the people's side. What side are you on?
Well, I think that's my side too.
Okay. So now that we've gotten these puffy generalities out of the way.
Hey, I feel a little edginess here.
Do you really? Well, I deal in edgy.
Let me see what...
Yeah, this is the latest, one of the latest. This is the Harvey Weinstein Award.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, you like that one?
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I like
this is all original work.
Oh.
Except for a couple of things I might have borrowed, but, And where are you from, sir?
Miami.
Wonderful. Have you lived there for
since '81. But I was raised in Berkeley, California.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I spent time in 3133 Washington Street. Allen Ginsberg, I met on my second day in the city.
You're kidding.
And I was hanging around with Bill and Sandy Love.
Oh, my God.
Lawrence Ferlinghetti, Gordon.
Okay. Were you raised on KPFA like I was?
Oh, I was involved with a lot of the media back then, and what was going. Yeah, I was eyeball deep in it. I was doing all those things at that time. I figured if San Francisco was the craziest city in the world, I was hanging out with the craziest people in the city. So I was doing pretty good. I was having a good time. Those are the good old days.
Yeah.
And what did you do back then?
Oh, I was just a music student.
A music student? And what do you do for a living now? Or
Retired professor of music theory and composition.
Wonderful. Hi there, young lady. You know this young man, do you?
Yes, I've never seen you in my life before.
Well, I assume you have good taste. My name is Badass Uncle Sam. Yes, indeed. Yes. But you think that
I don't know.
This offends me.
Yeah.
It does?
Very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? A cardboard cutout with a joke on it offend you?
That's not a joke.
It's not a joke. Can I give you something else? I mean, if you want to bring up morals, as long as we're talking morals here,
No, I don't want to.
Oh, no, wait. See, you brought it up.
I know, I just...
See, because this is the Harvey Weinstein, wondering how you can... Here's the Obamas sending their oldest daughter to Harvey Weinstein to be an intern. Now, he had to have known he was a sexual predator, so can you explain why they would send her to him at the age of 18 be an intern?
Probably to be raped, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that's fake news.
Well, why would you send your daughter to Weinstein? If you want to bring up morals, you're bringing up a cardboard joke. I'm talking about something that's real here, so can you defend this?
No, I can't. Okay.
I didn't think you could. Can you defend this? Can you understand that?
I understood that you went to work, not for Harvey
Well, I'm offended by this. I'm offended by Harvey Weinstein. I'm offended by the fact that Uranium One now is where we're finding out that Clinton got $143 million richer with the deal of selling our uranium to the Russians. And we're talking about this guy saying grabbed a pussy 11 years ago. Please, lady. Please.
This is emotion.
Well, she's the one that came up to you. She's the one, you know. She's the one that was going, oh, I'm offended. That Joe. Go to Bourbon Street. Get offended down there.
Yeah. Have a nice day.
Yourself, Professor.
Can I take them?
Yeah, I can't stop you. It's still a free country. Yeah. Oh, here, wait. So, guys, let me give you a gift. This is a get-out-of-jail-free card from Hillary Clinton.
Oh, jeez. Well, this is...
yeah, it's good for any crime in the world. Having fun today.
And all of a sudden it goes quiet. Quiet for a month now. Not a word.
Yeah.
You're going, wait a minute. This would be in the news every single day, 24/7 for weeks on end.
Right.
It goes dead in the water and not a word from it.
And the storylines changed how many times?
Well, what do you think conspiracy theories are evolved from? When the government doesn't tell you what's going on, everybody comes up with all these ideas, and I bet you one of them's closer than what they're telling us.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, just obvious things like why haven't we seen any pictures of this guy in the casino? He's supposed to be a regular. Okay, well, you don't see him parking his car, checking in, carrying his luggage up to the room, gambling.
I mean, even the media, they didn't, no more interviews with anybody,
right.
No more, then nothing. You don't hear anything about it. It just went completely quiet.
Right.
Which tells me there's some fucking shit.
And then the judge puts a gag order on the witnesses. I mean, why would he do that? The guy's dead.
Because this is more involved than what they're... Yeah. This was an operation of some kind.
Oh, well, you've heard about the Uranium One deal, right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
What do you think? You think that's going to grow?
Wake me up when the war's over. I don't... Yeah. No, I think it's real, but I don't think...
There's a little noise. There's a lot of people. I mean, even the Washington Post came out...
Washington Post yesterday came out with a story. If it starts picking up traction in the New York Times or the Washington Post, then the rest of the media is going to go, oh, we better start reporting on this, and it'll pick up traction. But until it picks up traction... Wake me when the war is over, because this has happened.
So you're, I know, you're cynical.
Yeah, fuck yeah. How many times has this happened? Oh, they got him now. They got him now.
I know. I've been saying this for decades, but this one looks big.
And everybody thinks he's missing action, but he's actually been. He's one of those guys that doesn't go out and tell you what he's doing. I think he's doing things.
Well, let's hope so. Because I swear to God,
he's not the best one in the world. This is my fucking moment.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. People go, how the hell could you vote for Trump? I said, how the hell could you vote for that cunt Hillary Clinton?
No shit. Given the choice, right? There was no choice. I mean, why? I mean, I've talked to Democrats out here that could not understand why they put her up. I mean, Bernie Sanders would have given Trump a better run, and he was an idiot.
Because there's a cabal up there.
Yeah.
They're pulling the strings.
Yeah.
And his
deep state, baby, deep state.
They colluded against him in the DNC to make him lose the primary, so he wouldn't beat Hillary. And when they kind of kicked him out because she won, where do you think they got that $650,000 to buy that fucking lakefront property at? Here's your payoff, Bernie.
You know, there was a time.
There
was a time where just the hint of impropriety would have ruined your career forever. They brag. They just do it out in the open now. They don't give up.
The media's out in the open. They're blatant. The one thing I love about Trump is he's exposed all of these sleazy, slimy...
Yeah, calls them out.
Swamp critters.
Calls them out.
They all... When he throws a firebomb out there at them and they all respond and they're going, oh shit, now everybody knows I'm a fucking radical leftist that doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
And then you got all these rhinos retiring right now, and there's focus on interviewing them.
Bob Corker.
Yeah, anybody gives a shit what they say. Those are the guys we're trying to get rid of, for crying out loud. Who gives a crap what they say?
Nobody does. Nobody does. Yeah. They think they're I like the TV. Here we have a Republican, John McCain. I'm from Arizona originally. I quit voting for him the last 3 cycles of his election because he's a fucking idiot.
Yes.
He's not a...
The guy's better.
Kerry asked him to be his vice president's partner. Did you know that when Kerry was running? He asked McCain to be his... McCain openly said in 2002, I think it was, I'm thinking about switching to the Democrat Party.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm from Arizona, where Charles Keating got his hand stuck in the till with the Lincoln Savings and Loan. Fucking McCain's a Keating 5 guy. He's a slimy crook like the rest of them.
If you listen to what they did, they call him Songbird McCain for a reason, because he was all the way back when he was in Illinois.
Hey, he was the bottom of his class at Annapolis. He was the bottom of his class in his aeronautical school at the Navy Pilot School. The guy's a fuck up. Yes. And his only claim to fame is he got caught. And they were so whores when Trump said that, and I said, well, he's telling us the truth. A bunch of idiots in this country. We're waiting to go on the paddleboat ride. We're just hanging out.
Well, but you certainly got the sentiment down, man. I mean, that's,
it's right there.
Yeah. That's how Trump got in. It wasn't because people were just pissed.
The base is still with him. I'm going, you're damn right, because he's the only one that's been going. Hey, he's not like the rest. He's not presidential. I said, hey, look, he got elected. He's the president, and any goddamn thing he does is considered presidential.
And what has this presidential shit gotten us?
That's what I'm saying. All those fucking losers were presidents before. Come on, we needed
Give me an ass kicker.
Did you play ball in school?
Yeah.
I played football and didn't play basketball, but they had the same name for both kind of players. Call them hatchet men. Coach would send you in, throw some elbows, take a couple of guys out. Well, Coach, I'm going to get kicked out too. He said, yeah, but you'll take a couple of them out too. If any one of those 16 guys that were running against him in the Republican primary had won, they'd be crying, peeing their pants, and weeping and crawling back home to mama right now. What's he doing? He's telling them to all go fuck themselves, and he's not going to quit.
Yeah.
That's why I voted for the guy. As soon as the guy walked down that escalator, my wife and I are both veterans. We were standing there looking at them, and she goes, yeah, that guy. And I said, he's a winner. Yeah. He's going to win. Yeah. I can tell right away. And sure enough, he went all the way.
Yeah.
He's, you need a guy that's rough around the edges, this rough and tumble New York fucking guy. He don't give a shit about it. He's been
every business, everything he did came in under budget and under time. He's efficient.
Well, it's just that he's not one of them.
Yes.
That's what they're pissed about.
Well, what did Newt Gingrich say about him? When asked about him, he says when they asked, this is why does even his own party against him? He says because he's not part of the elite gang.
The party is not the party that we think it is.
He's not part of the secret clubs.
The Uniparty, the Democrats and the GOP establishment elite are all in one big cabal.
Yeah.
They're all up there for themselves.
Yeah.
What did Flake do?
You can't make these names up.
3 or 4 months. I'm from Arizona. I used to date a girl named Flake. It's a Mormon family in Mesa, Arizona. He's one of them. And for a while I said, how can I date a girl named Flake?
Yeah, we do strange things for pussy.
But about 3 or 4 months ago, he wrote a book. You read that book? I heard about it. He's selling a book.
Yeah.
Bad-mouthing Trump. And he was like 12, 15 points up in the primary polls for his retake his seat. After that book came out and he started bad-mouthing Trump, now he's 15 or 20 points below, and he goes, well, Trump's bad news. I can't stand anymore up here. I'm going to quit. Yeah. You're not going to quit because Trump's bad news. You're going to quit because you're bad news and you can't get reelected, you asshole.
They can't get over the fact that the people are seeing through the bullshit now.
And why does he tweet? Because he doesn't have to go through CNN to have us listen to that bullshit to tell us what's going on. We can hear it right straight from the horse's mouth. How much you want to bet future presidents? He's setting a precedent.
Oh, sure.
They'll all do that.
TV's old, man.
Yeah,
it's
TV, newspapers, it's all.
Yeah, it's gone. We got a whole new era coming. Everybody's got one of those. Everybody's walking around with an iPhone. We're talking to each other. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I mean, this is how we're getting instantly.
And they think, how many times from the time he came down that escalator and Mexicans send are rapists and all this shit. And I'm going, well, he doesn't mean all Mexicans. No. He means the ones that are rapists that are sending over. I said, how many times since that moment has the media and the press and all of the inside of Washington bubble guys, he's done. All the talking heads. Hey, this is it. It's over. We called Trump not a hero because he got Kevin. Oh, he's over.
Oh, this is it now. Oh, having it. Oh, then he goes up 4 points.
He just keeps going up. And it just here recently, this Puerto Rico thing, and that's that gal and mayor of San Juan is doing all political, going along with the Democratic Party line. But anyway, they're trying to make that the...
and that failed, though.
Yeah, I know. It's failed.
Everything they do fails.
Everything they've done since he got elected has failed to try to get him out. They tried to recount. They tried to pay off the Electoral College guys.
Going out in the streets and screaming.
I mean, protest. Now they're all the way... They've kind of let go of impeachment. They're to the 25th Amendment now.
Well, yeah, they're trying to get him crazy.
He's a Looney Tune.
Yeah, he's a Looney Tune.
They're interviewing psychiatrists to see if they can claim that he's crazy and we need to get him out. But they have never understood what this guy's about, or why the American people that voted him in are about. And therein lies the problem. Yeah, he's. I don't know what he could do to lose my favor, because I don't think there's anything he could do.
I mean, there's been a few things I've questioned, but overall, when I give him a score on, he's gotten a lot done that against all odds, because he's got so much against him.
He's the kind of guy that he's from New York.
Yeah.
He's done this with the New York press for years. Yeah. He's the kind of guy that throws out a little shiny ball.
I wouldn't want to play poker against him.
Yeah, shiny ball, and everybody goes, oh, fuck. Yeah. Go over there, and while he's doing something over here, and he's getting stuff done, they're over, oh, look what he said. Look what he called that person. Oh, my God, it's the end of the world.
He plays him like a fiddle.
Oh, he does, and he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Not one of those guys that said he was not presidential in the primaries would ever have lasted this long. Not one of them. Can you imagine that crybaby Jeb Bush being president? Fuck.
I got something for you. It's a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton.
Thank you very much.
All right, wait a minute.